These are the stories
My little girl, she's changing lives just by being herself.
of organizations and people making a difference.
When you first tell someone about adaptive wheelchair boxing, it doesn't sound real.
And empowering others.
It saved my life. It saved my life.
Across Canada.
I scored my first goal in my first blind hockey game.
In our community.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. My name is Blair Spry. I am a camp coordinator alongside my colleague Vaughn Cook, and I help to run the Views Music Camp for Braille users.
My name is Michaela. And my name's Delaney. And we've both been Views campers for quite some time now.
I'm Debbie.
And I'm Rob.
And we're the parents of Michaela and Delaney. What they put together in a week is amazing. Like when we go and watch the show, we just sit there flabbergasted at all the talent that is there and all the work that they've put through for that week to make this production at the end of it. It's really something.
On the surface, it just seems like a music camp, but it's so much more in what it's able to provide, and that's how the vision has continued.
I'm Vaughn Cook, and I'm the music camp coordinator for Views Music Camp for the Visually Impaired with Blair Spry. We get to see these kids sort of grow and do things on their own and expand.
We do singing, we do instruments, we do drama, we do sports, like we do absolutely everything.
I'm Viva. I'm a committee member with the music camp for the visually impaired and a music teacher. I started going to camp when I was 8 or 9, so about 14 years ago maybe now. We can use music to talk about our experiences and express what's going on for us, and we're able to even heal through music, and I think that's the most wonderful thing about it.
Due to COVID, unfortunately, they really did miss this opportunity to go to camp.
My name is Jeff Rainey, and I'm a volunteer at the music camp.
Everyone wants to do their part to help contain the COVID virus, but at the same time, it's also very different. We've never experienced something like this before, and camps are something that many families look forward to every summer.
Stop telling me what to do. Don't treat me like a child of 2. I know that you want what's best. I started going when I was about 8 or 9. It was really scary at first. I was kind of on my own, but I just continued to develop like relationships with the campers and the counselors, and we got really close, and then I've been going for almost 9 years since then. So I started going when I think I was 8 too, and it was really nice for me because Michaela was already there, so I had that. It made it a lot more comfortable for me, and yeah, we just developed really good bonds with a lot of the counselors and other campers there. I know that when I first started going, when we're in school, it's kind of very easy for us to feel alienated, even if other people don't know it about us, because we don't appear to be visually impaired sometimes just by our appearance, but we definitely feel it. It definitely felt really nice to be around people who kind of knew what it was like to have a visual impairment, and it was just a really nice kind of support system for people.
So the camp actually started in around 2007. It actually started as an idea that developed in my backyard. My mom and her best friend Dawn were sitting together with my piano teacher at the time, Nicole Robertson, and the three of them were talking about how in the 1990s there used to be a music camp for people to learn Braille music at W. Ross. And the discussion quickly grew into, what if we brought that back? What if we gave students of this generation a platform to learn Braille music and to engage with the arts and to present the arts in a meaningful way, but also incorporated some of the fun elements of summer camp?
Julie Spry, the founder of Views Music Camp, passed away in 2013. Carrying on the tradition his mother started, Julie's son Blair has taken his mom's legacy and continued to help it grow, with the help of his co-director, Vaughn Cook.
And for some of those kids, there aren't any other visually impaired children in their age group. So this is sort of a new experience for a lot of them. And we push a lot of things like, independent living skills and just kind of getting them out of their home bubble one way or another, just so that they can explore things on their own. And I think that's why it's such a big occasion for everyone, for all the kids involved, and honestly for the staff and the volunteers as well. It's just really transformational for everyone involved to watch and to participate in. So that's, I think, why it's such a big thing.
So my mom was always very passionate about advocating for youth through various parent support groups, one of which was Views.
Your kids are definitely in great hands, and they will grow on many different levels that you wouldn't even expect, like with independence and just like the kids have touched on, so many different activities to be involved in. But I think a lot of it is just and the relationships that you create, and just meeting different people because they all do have a different walk of life.
Since the girls have been going for so long, we've actually been able to see them grow and develop, as people, as young adults.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the atmosphere that they enter into and the comfort that they feel from all the people that are there, teachers and other students, make it such a wonderful experience for them, and they come away, better for it. And I think that, obviously they have such an interest in music and drama and things like that, and they're catered to.
No matter who you are, when you walk through those doors, you're automatically engulfed and included and loved, and just they try and bring out the best in everybody that comes through those doors.
The blind community and even the sighted community has provided me with a lot of support and love and gifts over the years, and has given me the skills I need to be an independent and successful adult. And the life force of this camp is really giving back to that community and showing these kids that anything is possible, and you can build your confidence just through succeeding and performing.
When we come together, we're strong, we're strong. We sing together, we're strong.
There's a lot of association with memories, right? So the memories that we make, for example, playing music together, singing together as a choir, and then when I was able to come home and keep doing my music, all those memories were really filling my mind and my heart. I really enjoyed the friends that I made and the teachers that I had and all the things that I learned. I think the most impactful part was just how much fun we all had. And so I kept coming back every single year.
Camaraderie seems like too thin of a word, but it's this amazing atmosphere of people coming together to sing together and learn together, really. And I think what it is when you start off on the first afternoon, nobody knows anyone. Maybe they know some friends from previous years, but you're going to spend a week there, and we're not very comfortable with everyone yet. By the next day, it feels like we've been together for much longer than we have. And so when we finally put on that show for all the parents watching in the audience, it's just this incredible bond between people.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community.
We realized that we were going to be having to do a camp this year at a distance, in our own homes. And the camp is something that's done together. We sing together, and we share a space together for a week, so it's very different for us.
I think we were all a little disappointed when camp was canceled, understandably. But we got pretty quickly into planning mode of, okay, what are we going to do instead? How are we going to make this work? How can we bring people together? And so we started to brainstorm. So we basically just started throwing ideas out there, like we could do a virtual choir piece. And also the talent show, right? So we're getting submissions together so that people can submit their wonderful things that they're doing, and then we can all watch it together like a concert. And we're doing it at the same time as our concert would normally be. So we'll watch all of our submissions, like all of our musical, drama, whatever people have decided to submit, and then we'll end it off with a choir piece.
We were trying to take our favorite sort of nuggets that we had from the camp and, okay, well, what can we do virtually? Maybe we can't do a campfire so easily. Maybe we can't all go swimming at the same time, but we can do this choir. We can take these recordings and put them together. We can take these talent show submissions and put them all in a row. And those are sort of the things that have been consistent over the camp since 2007. And we had those things every year.
We all filmed ourselves doing a performance that we got to send in so that we can all still have our kind of own little show.
Hey folks, it's Emma Rose. I know it's been a while since we've all seen each other in person, and I really, really miss you all. But this is an original song I've been working on.
And I'm going to sing All Was Found from Frozen 2. Where the north wind meets the sea, there's a river full of memory. Sleep, my darling, safe and sound.
Hi everyone, this is George, and today I'll be playing Amazing Grace.
Singing the song Watch What Happens from the musical Newsies. Write what you know, so they say. All I know is I don't know what to write or the right way to write it. This is big, lady, don't screw it up. This is not some little vaudeville I'm reviewing. Poor little kids, rich as rich, greedy sourpusses. Ha! It's a cinch! It can practically write itself, and let's pray it does.
Next up is William Chang on the piano.
And I'll be singing the song What's Wrong With Me from the musical Mean Girls. Tell me what's wrong with me, my body, face, my hair. Tell me all my many faults. Tell me like you care when we both know you're cruel and we both know you're right.
My name is Jenna Churn and I'm in grade 3. I will be playing The Second Tent by Gabrielle Marie.
Next up, we have a duet from Emma Rose and Shayla.
I don't need you to sell me on reasons to want you. I don't need you to search for the proof that I should. Oh, to be someone like you who would want me. So I gave you 10,000 reasons to not let me go. It'll be us and only us, and what came before won't count anymore.
I find music an awesome way to connect with people and to start conversations and to just have joy together while singing or playing or engaging in music together. And I think through the camp, we're definitely able to do that.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community.
It's actually quite a new tradition where we sit down with Viva, who's a longtime camper and now counselor. Sit down with her, we put together a song and we practice it. But then there was also separate choir songs that we would rehearse. But for this one, we kind of combined the two. So it was really about, I know they said in the email about like this year and how you felt. And so we kind of threw out things about staying strong and being determined and sticking together and like our love for music and all that kind of thing. So everybody would submit these inspirational lines, and then Viva took all of those and she made it into a song.
We wanted to start by putting together a theme, so allowing people to submit ideas for the piece, because we wanted to make it interactive like we usually do so that we can write a piece together. And so we thought that we would suggest a theme for everybody. Our theme was resilience. And we put that theme out there and we just asked people to submit ideas, words, phrases, thoughts on that theme so that we could put them together and make it into a song.
With the Views Music Camp going virtual for the first time since the camp's founding in 2007, the organizers decided to adapt to the conditions of the COVID world with the theme of resilience. They used it as inspiration for this year's annual music collaboration and called it We Are Strong. The choir performance of it you hear was performed individually at home by each camper and assembled digitally by volunteer Jeffrey Rainey.
When we come together, we're strong, we're strong. We sing together, we're strong, we're strong. We create together, there's power in a song.
We were going to write a song over the internet, so we were going to have Viva, who is our songwriting lead and programming lead throughout the year, form the basics of a song, give it to members of the camp who were on our Facebook page who were interested in participating, and then we just helped to refine that into a song that we could sing and that we could teach. And then once that was given out to the campers, everybody sang their parts with headphones on and the track playing in their headphones, and so the recording would capture just the voice, much like you would do in a studio when recording a vocal track for a song. And when they were all sent to me on the deadline, I started to compile them, level them out, or line them up with the track, because it doesn't matter how tight a person is or how on the beat they are when they start. There's always just going to be recorder start, just things happen. So lined everybody up and just did preliminary volume, and that was it. I was both surprised and amazed at the same time at how effortlessly it took.
It's always a really beautiful end result with that song. Like, I always find it very like heart touching that we made it, and it always makes me emotional at the end of the week. But like, it was really nice that we still got to do that, because I really enjoy that we made that tradition. So I was happy, but it's obviously still really sad that we couldn't do the real thing.
Marion played piano for the first time and performing in front of their family and friends at the end of the week. It's just really transformational for everyone involved to watch and to participate in. So that's, I think, why it's such a big thing.
You're gonna be welcomed. Everybody's always very excited to see new faces and wants to make them feel comfortable, and like this is a place that they can have fun and enjoy and kind of expand their horizons and just feel comfortable and at home.
That hope that even in our distant corners of the world we could come together and create this beautiful song. It was very, very special to me.
We create together, there's power in a song.
You listen to previous songs that we've done in the past, like for the past year and the year prior, and this song sounds exactly like those songs with a minimum of effort. And so I was just blown away at just how quickly it came together and how effortlessly it came together. And every camper really took on the challenge, and you could tell by just the way they sang the song and the efforts they took to record and submit it. So
The camp, admittedly, will probably have to find a new home, and we're definitely looking for that right now. Views has gone through an organizational change. We've gone through some tough years as an organization, just trying to get back on our feet and honestly, have a functioning board, a functioning directive and vision and things like that. So Views is rebranding over to OPVIC, Ontario Parents for the Visually Impaired, for visually impaired children, I should say. And the main purpose for that is so that they can focus on being a parent support group specifically. What that sadly means for the camp is that that doesn't involve the camp. That doesn't support the parents, that supports the children directly. And that's not something that the organization is looking to do after 14 years. So we're in talks with W. Ross Macdonald and just trying to find, even with the CNIB, another home for us.
That's my main motivator, just to emphasize how important it is to explore what your gifts are, to share them with other people, and to bring good into the community as a whole.
Producer Taylor Prestige, Director Harris Usinovich, Writer Taylor Prestige, Narrator Jim Van Horn, Interviewer Taylor Prestige, Director of Photography Harris Usinovich, Production Coordinator Jenna McCubry, Location Audio John B. Challenor III, Editor Harris Usinovich, Sound Mix John B. Challenor III, Titling Nick McMillan, Integrated Described Video Specialist Ron Rickford. Special thanks Jeffrey Rainey, Blair Spry, Vaughn Cook, Graphics Andrew Antonello, Regional Content Specialist Karen McGee, Coordinating Producer Jennifer Johnson, Director Production Kara Nye, Director Programming Brian Perdue, VP Content Development and Programming John Melville, President and CEO David Arrington. Copyright 2021 Accessible Media Inc.